and urban organization. From everyday household items to elaborate golden funerary objects. The collection demonstrates the richness and sophistication of Egyptian culture, as these artifacts journey from the ancient deserts of Luxor to modern galleries in San Francisco. They connect the ancient and contemporary worlds, inspiring curiosity and admiration for a civilization whose legacy continues to shape human history.
Welcome back. Very delighted to be having with us here live in the studio Mr. Medhat Nassif, the tourism marketing expert, and talking about that particular treasures of the pharaohs. More than 130 piece, very genuine, precious piece of artifact is going to be traveling to the Young Museum. And actually those pieces were exhibited in the Grand Egyptian Museum during the inauguration. And of course, it takes its tour to very important, remarkable museums to be exhibited for a certain phase of time, and then goes back to Egypt. And for more details, we have with us Mr. Medhat Nassif. Good morning, Mr. Medhat.
Good morning.
Have a good day. Why exactly is the rediscovery of City of Aden considered one of the most probably archaeological discoveries in modern Egyptology?
Well, first of all, I would like to say happy feast to your good end and to all the respectable team in the program.
Thanks so much. Same to you.
On Nile TV. And regarding your inquiry about the Tutankhamun, Tutankhamun is one of the most important king that happened in Egypt history, because it has more than 3,100 BC history. This put the spotlight on Tutankhamun for an amazing journey since we had this discovered up till now. And one of the most big festival and exhibition that the one had been supervised and cooperated by the most clever, intelligent minister, which is Dr. Zahi Hawass. And this exhibition had been running for the first time since 2009, and it took almost 6 months. So the exhibition convoy and the exhibition fair happening in the Young Museum, one of the most important young. And as Dr. Zahi, he has a famous phrase that I will let every American and everybody in USA know about Tutankhamun. Why? Because Tutankhamun, he is a treasure himself, and it had been highlighted for everyone. And when the Tutankhamun treasure is traveling, as we may know that the treasure of Tutankhamun was in the Egyptian Museum, and the most highlighted, which is the golden mask.
Of course.
And when Tutankhamun is traveling with the golden mask, and the combined with the rest of 130 treasures of his tomb, traveling from the Egyptian Museum, and it had been transferred to the Grand Egyptian Museum in Giza. And this will be another journey and another trip, traveling from the Egyptian Museum and supervised by a high supervision team of all techs, such as security, transportation, packing, marketing material, and also social media knowledge about this trip with every inch. And this trip, it is followed in details, minute by minute, until it will be delivered to the De Young famous museum in San Francisco, and it will be staying from 1st of August 2026 until the 31st of January 2027. This is the main core of the treasure of Tutankhamun trip.
Right. So as we are speaking, beyond this excitement of those 130 pieces and the golden mask and all that, of course, how does those pieces that are accompanying the tomb of Tutankhamun provide information about the administration, the urban planning, for example, the labor system, the daily life after Egypt's imperial peak, and all this? And does it reflect really?
Thank you very much for this question. But I would advise every Egyptian that he take the energy and he take the initiative to go to the old Egyptian museum that located in Tahrir Square to see how is the replica tomb in shape. And you will see, and you will have an illusions and imagination about this, about the size of each piece. There are so many pieces are engaged, like necklaces, rings, potteries, and so on. And more above, I would like to engage this trip to travel to Luxor, and crossing from the East Bank to the West Bank, where we have the Valley of the Kings. In the Valley of the Kings there is a tomb, an amazing tomb with well-preserved color, which is Tutankhamun, and this will be an amazing experience in order to have a better understanding how this tomb and the inclusions of all the pieces inside the tomb, to have a background imagination how these pieces will be transferred and traveling from Egypt to USA. And definitely all the identities will be responsible for this journey. They are an expert and they are selected carefully to be able to have a job and to do an amazing job, because such a mission, there is no mistakes in this mission, and mistakes are not expected, and mistakes are not allowed to be happened. This means for any single pieces or a group of pieces are packed, there is no one single mistake that there is a cracks or there are broken pieces. This is impossible to be happening.
That is not supposed to happen with any other piece, not only the important piece.
Yes, but we always say...
Are we talking about while being transferred or over there?
Because there are... One of the biggest airline are responsible for this journey. It is American Airline. And they have a specific team, a specific private planes are equipped only for this mission. Not like any other cargo airplanes, no. They have the knowledge, because they know and they understand very well how precious this mission, and all the world are following this trip in order to have and enjoy.
But it is accompanied by a professionalized Egyptian team on the first hand.
Of course,
that is the main foundation.
From our side, yes.
But then let us go back to the content, the very precious content of this 130 pieces. Those everyday objects that you talked about, and the golden mask that everybody have heard about, and all the other intricate details of the young Tutankhamun. How does that really reflect the ancient Egyptian society back then, and the character of that young king, and all that to Americans, probably people who are not really into the intricate details of the Egyptian history?
Well,
Because we have heard a lot about those accessories and the daily objects of the king and all this.
I've been working in tourism career more than 35 years now, and every time I go and to stand up in front of a little piece, I have a different feeling, very exciting feeling. So I feel an Egyptian, that I have a dignity, and I'm really very proud of what we have. And Egypt, it is very special. That's why Egypt, it is surviving up till now. However, we need more collaboration. We need more effort to polish ourselves, because we have started, but we need consistency in order to show everyone, and we have to use all the tools and the new tools smart enough to make this happen for Egypt and for us, because this is reward economically in different way.
Of course. But then talk to us about the young king. Everybody, I mean, whenever this 130 pieces and the golden mask is mentioned, there's an equal, even more importance to the history of the possessor of those objects and that particular character and his story, inspiring story and all this.
Because the Tutankhamun, he died young, and I have heard Dr. Zahi
he's talked a lot about this.
A few times about it in presence in one of the exhibition and panel discussion regarding Tutankhamun in particular. This is like a journey in a cave. This is unknown world for us. There is no so much details and there is no so much information about the king himself because he died young. And as far as I know, it had been kept like this in order to let everybody wonder about this king. So the curiosity of visiting a king and has no enough information, or like he's not like Ramses II, he's not like Ramses I, he's not like so many other kings. They have so many details in their life, okay, and it's published to everyone in many different language. But they kept it as a secret. We enjoy to be kept as a secret, and that's why all the other countries, they have a curiosity to come and see and go to the exhibition, if any exhibition running in Egypt, if any exhibition running, and the biggest one that's happening in De Young Museum in San Francisco. That's why it's like you are trying to dig in the sand, trying to dig more for find out more treasure about the Tutankhamun.
Speaking about these situations like that, how should audience interpret the relationship between Aten and the later religious transformation under Akhenaten?
Well, this is a very important question, to be honest. But we're trying in the Egyptian history to connect between kings, between period and another, by following the history and the receiving and delivering from generation to another. And this is what's happening. So, following one king, you'll find there is consistency in the Egyptian history, delivering period to another, from the first to the second, from the second to the third, and so on. And this is keeping our Egyptian history in a perfect perform for everyone.
So what exact ethical and cultural considerations arise in the case of transporting those very precious, interesting artifacts for international exhibitions like that particular one?
Well, it is very important to be part of the exhibition, and it's very important to have such exhibition highlighting one of the most important king, which is Tutankhamun, and you spotlight not only in the king. When I am running exhibition under the name of Tutankhamun, with the inclusion of 130 pieces in the Young Museum in San Francisco, it is not frame only Tutankhamun, it's a frame Egypt. And Egypt, it has one of the biggest portion and spacious background on the tourism map worldwide. That's why Egypt and Egyptian, they are now have more knowledge. They are, some of the Egyptian, I know them in person, they are very keen and they are very cautious that they would like to go to this exhibition, either to stay with their families, their friends, or managing for 6 months. Of course, no one is spending the whole time there, but at least they're spending like 1 to 2 weeks reasonable period to cover the exhibition.
Right. On that note, Mr. Medhat Nassif, the tourism marketing expert, would like to thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been a real pleasure having you on the Breakfast Show, and you have a good day.
Thank you.
And by this, we come to the end of this edition of the Breakfast Show. Many thanks to all of you. Till we see you again tomorrow morning. That's a goodbye.